Welcome back, Gingerbeard Collectibles, and today I have got in front of me the newly released Uncanny X-Men Marvel's Apocalypse oversized figure. So today we're going to get him unboxed out of this plastic and take a look at, how the sculpt is and the posability and the accessories and everything that comes with him, and just kind of do a quick overview of all that and compare them to some of the other oversized figures and some of the other X-Men figures I have. So we're going to take a look at them here. Alright. Got the plastic ripped open. Here's that card art one more time. Actually, pretty nice. And of course, we got look upon the future and tremble. He is Apocalypse, the world's most powerful mutant. And from the ashes of our world, he will build a better one. Alright, so. Alright, so this is what we get in the packaging here. So we obviously have Apocalypse himself. Oh, it's actually in two pieces here, so let's see. So we've got a blaster or a cannon of some sort here. Alright. We've got the tubing that goes to his arms. Separate in here. They're nice and flexible. So then we have a nice blast effect. Okay, get to the main here. Man, he is really snug in this plastic. Okay, it was kind of tough to get out of there, but there he is. There he is. I'm going to get all the accessories laid out here, and then I'll adjust the camera here in just a second. Here is the alternate sculpt head. Just kind of a grimacing face, no mouth open. And we have a fist, left and right hand as well. And then lastly, in the package, we've got these two small blast effects, and we will see what all those can go to here. Alright, so that's getting everything out of the box and unpackaged. Now let's take a closer look at this stuff here. Alright, so I took a moment to put a few things together here. So I got the blast effects on the blaster here, and then I got the piping attached from his back to his arms as it's supposed to be. So right now we're going to take a closer look at some of the details and the posability on him, and then we're going to swap out these extra parts and go from there. So first off, this head sculpt, nicely detailed with the grimacing teeth. The paint apps is really good. You've got the gums, the teeth. They do look a little shiny, which is kind of weird, but the eyes, everything, like you got some detail in like the resist creases and stuff in his forehead there and around the face. Then he's obviously got this large armor. So let's see, for the head, we got not a lot of movement for the head. That's kind of up, and he actually has a lot more down for some reason, even though it's kind of like looking inside his collar there. But you got left, right, not a lot of movement there. Let's see. Now we're going to go for the arm. So that's the extent of up, down, which you can, actually it's hard to get the full 360 on this one because his armor up here gets in the way, and then also it unplugs the tube from the back. So can't really get the full 360 there either on the arm, but we got some bicep swivel, which apparently up here is so large it's kind of hard for it to swivel like you'd want it to, which these big guys never really have the full posability that the smaller guys do. But then we've got this here, it's a single jointed elbow, and we got the hand twist and flex. There we go, back and forth. So we got the single ab crunch in the middle, and we got a little bit back. He does have some rotate here at the middle, but again his armor kind of gets in the way and gets deformed if you twist him too far. Let's go for the kicks. So straight out, it's actually really good for straight out. Let's see, what about behind? That's about as good as you're going to get behind. Then we've got thigh cut swivel. We do have a double jointed knee, where we didn't have a double jointed elbow, but we do have the double jointed knees. So we got some good bending there. There is no calf cut. And then for the foot, we have some ankle rotation. It looks like instead of doing a calf cut, they actually put it all in the ankle here. So the ankle looks like a ball joint that rotates. Then you have your traditional flex, and then you also got your pivot. So, but again, these big guys are not known for having tremendous posability. A lot of times they're just too big for that. All right, there we go. Getting it snap in place. All right, let's take a look at this. These other two hands and the face real quick. Not much to them, just it's a slightly different head. All right, head's on. This hose keeps wanting to pop out. There's the head, and now alternate fists. Okay, so there we have it with the two closed fists and the non-scowling face. So, you know, like I said, not a lot of difference there, just slightly different hands. Instead of the open grabby hands, we've got the fists, and then the face, instead of having the wicked snarl with the teeth baring and all that, and we just, you know, kind of have the solemn face there. And let's see what we can figure out about this blaster. I believe it goes here. Actually not. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So we take the hand off. And could be wrong. Well, let me take a look and see if I can figure out what I need to do with this thing so I can attach the blaster. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I got it figured out after some messing around. Apparently this does come off. I was just pulling on it the wrong way. So remove the hand. I thought this entire piece was part of the forearm was going to come off, but it's actually just the upper part of the gauntlet comes off. So you remove that and unplug it. Then you will, there we go, slot this into place, and then your hose plugs right here into the bottom of the blaster. There we go. And now we have his blaster attachment on there. Let's sit him there like that. Okay, so now we have the blaster attachment on there. Like I said, so I was just overthinking it. I thought this was actually like I thought this was built into the forearm, not a secondary piece that slid over the outside of it. So I was trying to pull the whole forearm off. Luckily, I did not do that, because I would have just ruined a $40 figure, and don't want to do that. But so this just slides off, and now we have the blaster in place. So we've looked at the accessories, we've looked at his posability, and overall the details, the sculpt in his boots. He's got some pretty good detail in his boots, the bottom of his boots, his gloves up here. You got the veins in the biceps and everything. But with his armor, he's kind of plain-ish, which, I mean, I guess it's just how he is, really. You got some muscle sculpt in the back there. So he's not super detailed, but he does look good. The face is where the detail really all comes into play. Like I said, the shadow and the wrinkles, the sculpting there, all that in the face is really good. So now we are going to compare him, there we go, with some of the other oversized figures and see how he rates size-wise and everything. Alright, first comparison we have here is going to be between Apocalypse and then my retro carded Rhino from Spider-Man. So Rhino is a little heftier, the body's a little bulkier, but really Apocalypse is maybe, if you don't include Rhino's horn, Apocalypse is probably just a hair taller, but overall pretty similarly sized. Like I said, Rhino is definitely beefier and bulkier, but overall they're pretty comparative in the size department. Overall, I think they both look good size. And then we've got Apocalypse compared to Hulk. So Hulk is obviously larger. This is Marvel Legends Retro Anniversary Edition Hulk here. Obviously, like I said, Hulk is way bigger. The torso is huge. Everything about Hulk is huge, but it's supposed to be. He's obviously taller. Even having to have his legs spread a little bit so he can stand up, he's still taller. So size-wise there, Hulk definitely way bigger. But still, overall, they're generally compared. Generally, they compare pretty nicely. Now, what it's really going to show is, instead of the other big guys, let's compare him to, say, Wolverine and Beast from the X-Men and see how he stacks up against those guys. So here he is compared with one of my Wolverine figures. So he is obviously huge compared to Wolverine. So, it's fairly accurate. Obviously, Wolverine was always kind of a shorter character. He's still jacked, but he is a shorter character. But, you can see he's way bigger, way taller. So he scales nicely. Everything looks good here. Very happy with the size comparison between the two of them. And now let's take a look at Beast and see what I can do with him. Alright, so here we go, compared to Beast. Not quite the size difference as it was with Wolverine, but Beast is a big guy, big burly guy there. So size wise, I think this stacks out pretty good as well. Overall, I'm happy with the figure. I think it looks good. It scales well with my other X-Men that I have. I'm obviously looking to expand more of my X-Men figures to get a couple more. I definitely would like to get a Cyclops and Gambit and Storm, Rogue, some of the other main players. So I'm looking to expand that collection there. But overall, I do like the figure. It's not my favorite of my large figures that I've gotten. But overall, I do like it. Like I said, I think it scales well with the other X-Men. I think it'll be a great addition to my other X-Men figures to go on the X-Men shelf that I have. So the sculpting and everything with the armor, he's kind of plain. It's not quite as detailed, but you definitely get the detail in his hands and his feet, where the boots are. His face is definitely super detailed, really good. I like the attached hoses because they're well detailed too, and they're flexy, so they move around pretty easily. They do have a tendency to pop off, but if you're messing around with them, you can always just stick them back in there. It's not really that big a deal. The blaster is kind of a cool addition. I'll probably leave it off of him on the shelf and just leave him with the normal hands with the grimacing face. But again, overall, I do like it. And so just let me know down in the comments below. Have any of you guys got this figure? What do you think? How's it compared to some of your other figures that you've gotten? Are you happy with it? And as always, if you'd like to support the channel, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hope you have a wonderful day.